Hello and welcome to a new lesson. Today's lesson is asking about locations for specific services. If you want to inquire about a specific service, how you address people, especially if you are new to a certain place or area and you are not quite familiar with the places. So you have to ask people around some certain questions in a certain way. Now, before we get to the lesson, let's just go through some vocabulary. Okay, so here on the right, we have the Grand Bazaar. The Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, Turkey is the world's oldest shopping mall, built in the 1400s. I think it's not really clear for me. And then more than 4,000 shops and restaurants, more than 331,000 square meters of shopping. And then what can you buy there? The things that you can buy there, like antiques, books, carpets, rugs, ceramics, jewelry, leather goods, maps, prints, silk, wood products, and thousands of other things. Where would you like to go shopping? Okay, let's go a little bit down and see. Okay, before we get to the conversation, let's check some other vocabulary here. Okay, so here we have violin recital. Violin recital. As you can see in the picture, this is called a violin recital. So a recital is basically a concert, a musical performance. It's given by just one musician or one musician and an accompanist, a pianist playing a concert by himself will be giving a piano recital. Okay, this is called a piano recital. It's usually a single or solo performance. All right, we have the other word, which is bazaar. Bazaar. So a bazaar is a marketplace, as you can see in the picture. Okay, it has got so many small stalls or shops. Okay, like the one in Istanbul. Most people have visited that place, I'm sure. Now, please do not confuse the word bazaar with the word bazaar. Okay, so we have two words that have similar pronunciation. This one is bazaar, which is the marketplace, but the other one is a verb which means very strange. Okay, bizarre. You can see, you can say, I have seen something very bizarre, or I saw something very bizarre, or he did something very bizarre. So it's very strange. Okay. Okay, something else you have to maybe some people are confused about, which is a block. Okay, you have block, street, and avenue. So this is the way how an avenue would be. It's usually wider. It's similar to a street, but usually it's a little bit wider and longer in distance. Okay, and these are blocks. These are blocks. Okay. Let's see what we have. So this is basically the vocabulary. Let's go straight to the text. Okay, so here we have Sandy and Mary, or Marie, Sandy and Marie. All right, so I'm just going to start with reading the text. Watch out. Oh no, you got coffee on your shirt. Just my luck. What am I going to do now? I've got my violin recital this afternoon. I could lend you a spare t-shirt if you want. Thanks, but I really need this shirt. Do you know where I can get it cleaned? It has to be really fast. Well, I think there's a dry cleaners in the mall across the street. Or you can try the dry cleaners on Washington Street. It's near to the King building. Okay, I'll try the mall first. Where was the other one? It's a small dry cleaners next to the King building on Washington, about 2 blocks from here. Which one is the King building? It's that big glass office building just past the park. It has a green glass dome on the top. Okay, maybe I'll just go buy a new shirt in the mall. What do you think? That might be faster. Okay, now here in the text, we have the word spare, spare. Spare means extra, okay? Extra, something that is extra. So a spare t-shirt, that means an extra t-shirt. A spare pen, that means an extra pen, okay? All right, so let's move further to the second slide here. So asking where services are, asking where services are. So if you want to ask where a certain service is located, the place for that service, this is how you can start. It's often with a polite word, or we can say phrase like, excuse me. Okay, so this is very common, excuse me. Where can I get my shirt cleaned? Excuse me. Where can I get my shirt cleaned? Or do you know where I can buy a new shirt? Okay, it depends on the situation. So in this situation, the person is asking about a place where he or she can get their shirt cleaned, or they have to buy a new shirt to replace the one that has been damaged. Okay. Now the other person responded as, I think there is a dry cleaners. I think there's a dry cleaners. Now a dry cleaners here is a dry cleaner shop. Okay, it's a shop where you can get your clothes washed and dried. Okay, so they usually say dry cleaners, or like the bakers or the butchers. So they don't have to add the word shop to the title or to the place. Okay, so it's all right, in the mall across the street on the corner of London Avenue and Lee. You can try the store on Washington Street. Now, this phrase, you can try the one, or you can try the store on Washington Street. This means as a replacement or as alternative, okay? As an alternative to the first option I gave you. If you find the first place, let's say, closed or not available, you can just try the other one. Okay, you can try the other one. So you can try the store on Washington Street. It's next to the King building, about 2 blocks from here, 2 blocks. And we already explained what a block is and street and avenue. Okay, so here it's just a test. Sorry, it's a quiz or a practice where you can just maybe check your email, get your watch fixed. How can you ask someone in this kind of situations? So if you are, let's say, somewhere here in this map, you're standing somewhere, let's say here on this road or at this place, how can you ask someone about checking your email or get your watch fixed? How can you ask, or how can you address the other person? Now, let's just go here. I have made some notes. Okay. Now, as I previously said, when you want to ask for services, okay, or the place for these services, this is because you are often new to the area or the surroundings, and you don't know how to get around. Okay, so this is a frequent question. You can just start by asking, excuse me, and then You can ask, where can I send a fax near me? Or is there a place or store nearby where I can fix, for example, my watch, or I can check my car, whatever the situation is. You can also be at a ticket counter or office. This is a ticket office. You can say, where can I buy a train or bus ticket to? And then you name that place. Okay, for example, to Manchester. Okay, how can I get to the bus or train station? Now, these usually you'll ask them to random people in the street. But once you get to the ticket office, you will ask, I'd like to, or I'd like a return ticket, or I'd like to buy a return ticket or one-way ticket, okay? Once you reach the ticket office. Now, we also have some common phrases. You can say, excuse me, or I'm sorry, I'm lost, or I think I'm lost, okay? And then you start asking the other person, like, could you advise the nearest hospital, post office, please? Okay, this is a formal, polite way of asking. Do you know how to get to? Do you know how to get to? So if you want to ask about any place, how to get to that place, you can just use this phrase. Do you know how to get to? Okay, and then you name the place, for example, the bus station. Do you know where the nearest pharmacy is? If you want to ask about a certain place that is near you, for example, a pharmacy, a bank, or you can just say, do you know where the nearest? And then you name the thing you're looking for. You can also say, where can I get this? And then you say, what's the thing? For example, where can I get this shirt, t-shirt cleaned? Where can I get this watch fixed or laptop fixed? Okay, so these are just examples. Do you know any good restaurants? This is informal, okay? Do you know any good? And then you name the place, hotels, for example. Do you know where I can find or get any? This is also informal. Okay, now let's just see this very quick scene I have made. Now let's imagine we have two people, a man and a woman. Let's say these people standing here. Okay, so the man is asking the woman, and he says, "Is this the Plaza Center building? This building over here? Okay, is this the Plaza Center building?" The woman replied, "Yes, it is." The man, "I was told there's a law office in this building." The woman, "I believe there is. I think there is." That means, I think it's up on the 5th floor. Okay, so it's up there in this building, up on the 5th floor. It's up. Okay, so he might have to take the lift or the stairs and just go up. Now, in another scenario, the man might ask, maybe the man will ask, where can I find an ATM machine? Where can I find an ATM machine? An ATM is the automated machine. Okay, it basically draws money. You can draw money with your credit card or, okay. And the man, he might say, there's a bank 2 blocks down the street. There's a bank 2 blocks down the street. The woman, is the bank on this side of the street? The man, yes, it is. Just go straight down the street. Okay, now let's just, to illustrate this scene, let's imagine the man and the woman, they are standing here, and the woman, she asked the man, okay, is there an ATM machine nearby, or where can I find the nearest ATM machine? Where can I find an ATM machine? And the man said, there's a bank 2 blocks down the street. Okay, so they are standing here. Now let's just say this is a block and this is a block. So she has to count 2 blocks and then it's down the street. Okay, that means it's just after these 2 blocks, you'll find it down the street. So here we have this, the first block, the second block. Okay. So, and then just go straight. Yeah, that's it. So all right. I think that's it for this lesson. So basically you can just use these phrases if you want to ask about a certain location for any kind of service. You can just say, excuse me, I'm lost, or I think I'm lost. Could you, and then could you advise, could you tell me, could you, then you ask about the thing you want to know more information about or you want to find. Do you know how to get to? Okay, this is the way, like the direction. Okay, this is another way of asking about directions. When you say to someone, do you know how to get to? This means the way. It's either the direction or just point me to a specific place or office I can go to. All right, so this is it for today's lesson. I hope you find it useful. And thank you so much. I'll see you in another lesson. All right, take care.